welcome to the Beesies.
I'm Abby.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Mackenzie.
Remember the college days when you were best friends with your roommates?
You would come home and talk about anything and everything together.
We miss this phase so much that we decided we needed this quality roommate time again.
So welcome to the Beesies. Come over and get cozy with your new favorite roommates.
Welcome back to another week with your favorite people in the entire world, the Beesies.
So true. That's so sweet.
I know it's so kind of our listeners to feel that way about us, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's
I just
so
always
nice.
want to be somebody's like special person, you know, important to someone out there in the world.
I love that.
That's so true.
You are, Abby. At least
Aw.
for sure to two people too, like a guaranteed always, you know?
That's true. I at least know, if nothing else, that I am one person's number one for this current moment.
I was going to say, wait until she turns 16.
I know. I'm like, that cannot be guaranteed for
Yeah,
the rest of her
yeah.
life.
Wait until the teen years. At least that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I
At
was
least for now.
perfect as a teenager.
I was
honestly
too.
was perfect.
I was not. I was very hormonal.
Am I a crazy mom for kind of being excited about my child being a teenager and like, not that I want her to experience drama, but I want to be the mom that's like knows everything.
Yeah.
And
You want to be
I
a cool
mean,
mom.
yeah, obviously I thrive off of content about teenagers, like TV shows and stuff.
Like,
So
it's my
it's like-
favorite.
If that could be my real life,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't ever see myself like maturing past interests that teenagers have. Like
That's a good way to put it.
I will always like have the same interests as teenagers.
That's so
Honestly.
You're like, what you like is what I like.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like my desire to be cool or if it's just that I am immature. Like, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I feel that.
That's
It's just
just what's interesting in life.
We're just happiest. Jenny, what are you doing?
What are you
Sorry.
doing?
I had to brush my hair.
You have to look
Honestly,
camera ready.
Terrified.
I just looked over and it like looked like the girl from The Ring, you know?
Yes, I had that same thought.
a
That was
little
the first
spooky.
scary movie I ever watched.
Me too.
Really?
I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I was
that's,
genuinely terrified.
yeah. I still have
went
not
to-
watched it since.
I went to a firm event, like the big law firms put on events for us, and they had these chocolate bars there that are called Compartes chocolate, and I took like
Okay.
6 of them,
Are they
and I
so
looked it
good?
up,
Oh,
and
I
it's
see,
like
yes.
almost $12 each.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh my
Because they're really fancy. And
Nice.
It's really good. I should have taken more because no one was
Wow.
taking any. No one takes advantage.
Is it better
Right.
than C's?
It's like,
How would you rank them? Which one's 1? Which one's 2?
I feel like they're different. Like,
Is
maybe
it just
this is
plain
better.
chocolate?
No, like this one, there's different kinds. Like I got all these different kinds. This one's the everything bar. So it has like pretzel and
Oh, solid.
marshmallows and
Oh,
like
that
chips
sounds
and
good.
stuff inside of it.
That sounds so good.
And the one I had yesterday was like a crispy marshmallow one. And I have like 4 other ones that are different flavors.
Marshmallows
maybe
are a
this
common
one's
theme.
better because this is like one I could just have. Like, C's is like a delectable,
Yeah.
like
It's like a
almost
special
heavy,
treat.
Like, yeah, like it's very sweet.
Mhm. You can
So-
have more of this one.
Yeah, I could eat a whole bar of this.
I love that.
Yummy.
Wait, you said this is less sweet? Or
Like,
more
no,
sweet?
it's
It's
not
not as
sweet, but like
heavy.
C's is just like fancier.
Oh, okay. I feel like when something is really sweet or really rich, for example, like crumble cookies,
Yeah.
I want a tiny little bit of it. But then when
little
something is
sliver.
like just more cheaply made, not as sweet, like those giant tubs of ice cream, I could eat probably a giant tub
The
in one
whole
sitting.
thing.
Yeah, but like rich dark chocolate, I'm like, I want one spoonful and then I'm so satisfied, you know?
Yeah. speaking of ice cream, we got our Ninja Creamy, and it is my actual obsession. And it's the thing I look forward to every single day is having some
Nice.
Ninja Creamy before bed. So if y'all haven't gotten one yet, you really should. It's worth it.
I want to try.
It's amazing.
When
I
you're
love
here
my
next,
Ninja
I'll make you
Creamy.
ice cream. I'll make you a M&M McFlurry. That's my specialty.
Oh.
Yes.
It's so good.
I really want to make too, like this summer, some slushies.
Yes.
Specifically, I do want to try to recreate the mango lime slushie from Disneyland. That was
Yes.
delicious. So I do love ice cream, but I think slushies is kind of more of like a summer afternoon snack for me that I just crave.
That's a good point. I do want to try making a slushie.
Just do a little bit of everything.
Exactly.
Ice cream,
Interesting.
slushies, or Italian ices, or I don't know what you would call them, but
Yeah. I
you
feel like
you catch my
slushy.
drift.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
in like southern Alberta, there's a thing where like you go to the gas station, and I think it's called like a snowball, but you get like a Slurpee slushy, and then they put a scoop of ice cream in
Oh,
it.
that sounds
Whoa.
amazing.
That
I
sounds
love
kind of
that.
crazy.
Ooh.
That's like
That sounds like a Bahama Rama Mama.
Yeah,
that's what
I
I
was
just
kind of
gonna
gonna say.
with shave ice, you can get ice cream at the bottom, and it is so good.
Yeah, that's true. BRM.
I hope while you are all listening to this episode, I am eating shave ice because I'll be in Hawaii.
Oh,
I'm so jealous.
I'm so
that
ready
is
to go.
just
I
magical.
like get senioritis before trips every single time, and I have 3 more shifts until we like leave, and I just need them all to be over. But
Yeah,
by the time this is out, it will be over, and that's all that matters.
nice. Oh, that's
I'm
exciting.
so jealous.
How many days are you going?
Basically a week.
Oh, nice.
We like go Friday to Friday, but both Fridays are travel days. But what's nice about going there is like we leave at 8 in the morning and we get there at 11. And so it's like you still have the whole day basically. Like
Oh.
even by the time we like get our rental car and like get to the place we're staying and all that, like we still would have like the afternoon to do stuff. So it's like it doesn't feel like a full travel day. Whereas
Yeah.
coming home, it's the opposite. You like it is a full day. But
Yeah,
time differences are weird.
they really are.
They kind of break my brain.
I know they trip me up every single time. I was frustrated this weekend because I had to do stuff in like Page for work, and the reservation goes off of daylight savings, but
yeah.
like the state does not. So you can be like in Page and be on Arizona time, but then like 5 minutes down the road to go to your canyon tour is like an hour later.
Yeah.
And trying to meet up with couples and like coordinate everything and like tour schedules, it's so confusing.
That's
Like, wait
yeah.
a second. When am I supposed to meet you? Where? What time specifically?
yeah.
I'm not smart
But-
enough for all that.
That's
know.
where Jacob lives.
I'm so excited
That's
for
crazy.
daylight savings to be canceled, though, in the U.S. Like, I'm ready for that to take effect.
I just don't even believe it's gonna happen.
No,
Well,
like,
it's
I'm,
just funny because it's never affected Arizona except for the reservation.
I
Yeah,
know,
but
but it
it's nice
affects
to know.
me in my brain because we are
Yeah.
always, I can never remember what time of year is what, like, when are we aligned with
Yeah.
California versus Utah? Like, it's just always so confusing.
When I went on a work trip earlier this year, pretty much everyone I like met and hung out with was from Florida, and they were talking about daylight savings. And I was like, "Yeah, we don't do that." And they were all like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, Arizona like does not do daylight savings."
Oh,
And they're like,
yeah.
they had no idea though. I was like, that's crazy. And so
What?
I was explaining that though, like how the reservations do. And so like you can be driving and like technically go
Time
forward an
travel.
hour and then back. And it's like the weirdest thing. But yeah, they had no idea. So it's like, I guess it's not that like, I mean, maybe
Common.
it's commonly known, but like literally out of a group of like 10 people, not a single person knew that Arizona doesn't do daylight savings.
That's
Yeah, I'm
so
sure if you're
interesting.
not in Arizona circle.
That like, why would you know? But yeah, I was like,
In the know.
I had a realization and a prediction
Whoa.
that with climate change and just how hot it's getting, eventually Arizona, we will have our own daylight savings, except not in that we will do all of our work and stuff during the night and we will
Yes.
sleep during the day.
I would love that. Wait.
What?
Or
You think
even
we're
if
gonna be
we, like,
nocturnal?
Yeah, well, even if we like shifted forward, like opposed
Eventually,
to 8
with
a.m.
climate
being
change.
8 a.m., it's like midnight is the new
Oh,
8 a.m. So you work
You're
from
saying
like,
so like we can avoid the hottest hours of the
Yeah.
day and like sleep
yeah.
during, or sleep when it's
Yeah.
the hottest and then be out when it's the coolest.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be like a
Interesting.
9 to 5 anymore. It'd be like a 12 to 8, but it's like all in the morning. And then you like still have like, you could still go and do stuff if you wanted to, but then when it's hot, you go and sleep.
Is there
I think
more?
Arizona should stop existing.
Oh.
Is there more time of the 24-hour period that it's dark versus light?
Yes. No.
I'm just
Yeah.
putting this together. Wait. Let's say like on average in Arizona, it's like it
Or
gets
maybe
light around
kinda
6
similar.
and it gets dark around 7.
It kind of depends on
get-
the day, or
Okay,
sorry,
so
the
that's
time of
13
year.
hours. It depends on the time.
But then in the
that's 13
winter,
hours.
it's like it gets bright, or sunrise is at like 7, but sunset is at like 6. So then it's 11 hours of light. That's the whole reason daylight savings started. It's crazy.
Okay.
We discovered daylight
We
savings.
just discovered it.
I'm just having a really blonde moment right now where I'm just like, wow, I guess I never realized that.
Yeah, that's crazy, actually.
I'm just an idiot. It's fine.
No. Boo. Well, should we get into our topic for the day?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're going to be ranking things or giving our top 3 basically on different things. And we asked you for the topics essentially to rate. And then we voted on them ourselves because there was like way more
There's a
than
lot
we
of-
could have done.
Options.
And they kind of all, they have a similar vibe-ish, not really. Some of them do. So we're just going to go through and talk about it. So first thing is the Olympic events that you'd be the best in. And as I was,
Okay.
yeah,
First of all, I do want to know, are you guys like into the Olympics much, or are you kind of just like so casually?
This year I am.
What's
I-
different about this? Oh, Paris.
I like Summer Olympics more.
Okay.
Just I don't know. I don't know. All of a sudden I'm into women's basketball, so now I'm just into sport. I guess.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. I will say I think I always kind of enjoy the Summer Olympics more.
Yeah, I think it's just, especially like being in Arizona, we're more familiar with Summer Olympic sports than we are with Winter Olympic sports.
Yeah. I had to look
So-
up some Winter Olympic sports just so I could see all of my options.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even think about winter. I just
I've got a good one for winter.
Oh, I'm excited to hear it. But okay, so number 1 for me would be canoeing or rowing. I love kayaking, and I feel like the skills could translate. And
Yeah.
it's great that most of the time, I'm pretty sure almost all the time, it's a team event too.
Yeah, you don't have to be by yourself.
I think I'd do great on a team. So that's number 1 for me. Number 2, artistic swimming. I would be there for the vibes. Also, the hairstyles I think would be
Like
fun.
synchronized
like
swimming?
synchronize.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was called
Would you
artistic
do
swimming.
pairs
so
or would you do team?
the more the merrier is
Okay,
my
I'm just
thought on
curious.
that. And then going away from teams entirely, fencing. I think it'd be fun.
Interesting.
It doesn't feel as stressful as some of the other things. Everything else I was like, there's no chance that I could do that. So yeah, those are my 3 that I would slay at.
Okay. My number 1 is the 2-person bobsledding,
Oh,
but the
that's
guy
so
that
good.
sits in the back and isn't steering.
Yeah.
All they have to do is just kind of like push and jump in.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then,
that's the one who like does the big pushes, right? At the
Yeah.
at the beginning.
at the beginning. Either they're pushing and then they jump in.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Number 2, archery, and number 3, running. Just because.
Did Kenzie freeze for
I
you
think she
guys?
just froze. Oops. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you guys froze for me.
Say number
anyways.
3 again.
Running, just because I have
Okay.
like somewhat of a base for that.
Yeah. I believe
What
in you. I feel like that
what
should be
running
number 1.
event would you be into?
Let's do a marathon.
Okay.
I was going to say, go big or go home,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think sprinting too is so intimidating. So
Except,
Yeah.
I like
you know
the-
what's wild is that they basically are sprinting a marathon.
I know.
Yeah,
honestly.
that is wild.
Literally.
I want to know what their heart rate is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's probably like 20. Like their resting heart rate. Okay,
Yeah.
Jenny.
Mine, now that Kenzie has said it, I want to do the bobsledding. I think we would be
You
a
could
good
be a
team.
partner.
But you would have to be in the front steering the whole thing.
That's I feel like that's us. I think I think that's how it would go. And then I think running the 800 meter, which is 2 laps, I think I would excel in that
I love that.
because it's like a good distance. I'm not good at sprinting really, but it's like a nice little middle.
It's like a mid between sprinting and like endurance. Yeah, yeah.
And then trampolining,
Is that
Is that a-
Trampolining?
apparently,
That's wild.
Oh.
What do you do?
What's
Like
the
tricks?
purpose?
just jump.
It's whoever has the most fun.
I've got to say, I'm not for jumping. I like almost pee my pants and I haven't even had a child yet.
Oh my gosh.
So
I feel that. Okay, wait. I need to look up trampolining because I've never actually heard of that before. Trampolining.
I feel like it's like synchronized swimming, but on a
but on trampoline. Wait, no, this is coming back to me. I do remember this from the last time.
Competitive Olympic sport in which gymnastics perform airborne acrobatics while bouncing on a trampoline. What the heck? I have
That sounds
never
so
heard
fun.
of this. I
This is
didn't
so
know that
good.
was in the Olympics.
Really, this is just our way to help the listeners know that there is more out there than gymnastics.
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, is this just when gymnasts are on a trampoline?
No, it's different. It's not even like a gymnast. It's not associated with gymnastics. It's like a. I've just never heard of this. This is the cool thing about the Olympics is that there is so many different areas than, yeah, just like you said, than swimming, track, and field. But the, like,
When I was
no, go ahead. I don't know
when
where
I was
going with that.
researching like the different sports, I read, I don't know, I didn't fact check this, but I read online that for the bobsledding, one of the girls that won silver had picked up the sport 6 months prior.
Okay.
Wait,
That's what I was gonna
wild.
say. Is these like sports that are not as popular, that don't get as much like recognition and stuff? I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Crap. Okay. It's actually a lot easier. Like if you are dedicated to being an Olympian and you're like, that's a life goal of mine, you could actually make it happen by taking up something like
okay, I'll do it.
archery or like joining a curling
Bobsled.
team or, you know,
Oh, I'd love
Kate,
something
oh my
so
gosh,
simple like
should we
that.
be a curling team? If we start now,
should.
we could
think
definitely
so.
make the Winter Olympics.
okay,
We
I will
should.
say curling is on my list because
Okay.
I think it could actually be fun and I think I think I could do well. And especially I want to be that person who like brushes the ice in front
brusher?
of the in front of the little thing
Yeah.
to
I
make
love
it
that.
keep
That
What is
sliding.
your
So
whole
hard for
list,
me.
Abby?
First of all, I do have a question. Are we interpreting this, or should I interpret this as in like the sport that I would be best at, or the
Yeah.
sport that I would like potentially win gold at? Like best for me or best for overall?
Best for you.
Best for you.
Okay.
Best vibes.
Okay, just curious. I needed to know. So curling was one of them because I think I'll just have fun. But I think that's more number 3. Number 2, rock climbing. I think I could do sport climbing if I really dedicated myself to it. And then number 1, I was debating between diving and swimming because I know I don't have a chance as a swimmer. But for myself,
Yeah, you could do
I'm a
diving.
good swimmer. So I'm going with swimming
Okay.
instead of diving.
I love that.
Yeah.
Next category is your own hairstyles or vibes through the year. So, number 1 for me is my extensions and extensions phase. So, when I had lash extensions and hair extensions, simply because the confidence could not be matched. I was feeling really good. So that was that. Second is my purple hair when I went like full purple, just because it was so fun. And I think it's kind of unexpected for me. Like I was talking to a manager once, and I was like, yeah, when I had purple hair. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, you're the last person on earth to have colored
Wait,
hair.
when was that?
2020. very beginning of the year.
I feel like I vaguely remember it.
Because I
and
had
liked
dyed
it.
my hair pretty blonde, and then I just did the purple like temporary dye, and it took like everywhere.
So much.
It was pretty vivid, but it
Yeah.
was
I
fun.
love that.
And then I was reminded of this recently. When I was approximately 4 years old, I had a Dora haircut, which was great because I loved Dora.
Cute.
I love those pictures of you.
And, you know, it had to make the top 3. So,
Yeah.
That's a vibe.
Kenzie.
Amazing.
Mine is just my natural dark hair with my natural waves.
Yeah.
Just because as I get older, I appreciate the natural more.
It's so
But number 2 is any type of blonde I put in my hair, blonde highlights, whatever. And then number 3 is red hair, my red hair face.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
was good.
I have never really changed my hair. Like, so like my vibes.
Yeah, your
2014 to 2015, I had the best vibes, and I had a haircut. I was like, basically inspired by King Kylie era,
Okay.
because
I
like
love
she
that.
was at the top of the game. So I had a really sick haircut that was like kind of short-ish, and it was like layers, and like my whole vibe was like hers, like dark clothes, like
Yeah.
But I looked really good. Those were like my good years.
I love that.
And then right now, I like my vibe.
Yeah.
have a good
and you
vibe.
have
But I've
just
never dyed my hair or like done anything
the
interesting.
thickest, healthiest, longest hair I've ever seen.
Your hair
Thank you.
is so long.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Okay, so mine ranking, I think number 1 is my current curly natural hair. Although I'm kind of starting to like feel a little differently about it, but I think so far that's my favorite. And then my second favorite is throwback to when I cut my bangs in high school. Everybody keeps telling me bangs are not worth it. Bangs never look good, blah,
You should
blah,
get 'em.
blah. You know what? I slayed. And
And I will say you've consistently like held to that.
Yeah.
Like you have always said like everyone hates my bangs, but I have always loved
Yeah.
the way I look in them.
yeah, I've
You
never
look
like
so
looked
good
back
with
at
them.
those and be like, oh, I now I'm
Right.
regretting it.
I feel like that is
What are you
that
trying to
goes
say?
show that you should
No,
get
no,
them.
no. Just that like it's like sometimes like we think it's cool in the moment and then we look back
Yeah.
and we're like, oh, and it's like
Yeah.
no. It's like
Yeah.
eternally good.
And it's like, no matter what we say.
Well, but no, like
That's what I was saying. She's like,
no.
no matter what, you always
No,
still think you look
Because
good.
I remember
And
in
that's good.
Tucson, like you wanted to cut your bangs, and Andrew was like, "No, don't do it, don't do it." And then you're like, "No, but I loved my bangs in high school."
I know.
And this was back in like 2018, 2019. So it's like all these
Yeah.
years later.
That's the thing is there are consistently times in my life where I look back and consider cutting them and like changing it up like that. Today is one of those times, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, number 3 is after I graduated high school and I was like dyeing my hair pretty blonde, like it was very bright, mixed with my really dark tan from lifeguarding that summer. I mean, I don't really love, like, it kind of makes me look too much like looking back. I'm like a bleach blonde with like such a strong orange tan. However, I think I like it.
The
Was
thing
a good
was
look sometimes.
Your tan was natural.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
true.
it wasn't. It didn't look as like basic
yeah, it wasn't
because
like
it was natural.
orange.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my faves.
I love that. Alrighty. Taylor's lovers. Number 1 is Taylor Lautner for me. He's
Yeah.
remained true, you know?
Yeah.
He's a good friend still.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Travis, actually. I still hold that I just like them together. I don't even care if it's fake. I just like the vibes. And then
It's not
3
fake.
is Joe. Even
Harry Styles didn't even make this
I know.
list.
I know. I literally was thinking about that after, but I was like, I'm sticking with what I'm saying simply because Joe, I don't even care all the shade thrown on him in the new album because we got so many good songs from that era. So I'm okay with it.
Oh,
Harry
Joe Alwyn.
Styles- Yes. Oh,
I
yeah.
thought Joe
Sorry.
Jonas. And I was
I
like,
forgot that there's two
the
Joes.
shade from the album. What are you
No,
talking
no,
about?
Joe Alwyn. Sorry, I should
All
totally
right, all right, all
clarify. Harry didn't make the list for me simply because they are just like truly friends to me, and I don't think they were ever actually fully lovers.
Yeah, like 2 friend zone.
Yeah. Like I like them more as friends. Whereas like Taylor Lautner, the difference for me is that I do think that they had like a high school love kind of thing. Like it was just like a cute love. So, anyways.
Perfect.
Number 1 for me, Harry Styles.
Yeah. Is he number 2 and 3 too?
No. Number 2 is Tom Hiddleston, just because I don't
That's a
know much
good
about
era,
him.
too.
Actually, don't know much about their relationship. I know she cheated on him, but like just him alone, like he's just someone you look at and you just like feel sympathy for, and
Yeah.
you don't know why. You just kind of feel bad for him.
I love him.
And then 3 is Taylor Lautner, although he gives me Trumpy vibes, if I'm being honest.
Interesting. Actually,
Really?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. That's so funny.
But I really don't think that
No,
he
I don't
is,
think
so
he
that's
is.
interesting.
But he does
Well-
have the vibes.
He does,
Okay.
yeah, he has the vibes. And his wife went on some of the people his wife hangs out with are like crazy Christians. So it maybe that's where
Maybe that's
Maybe.
the vibe.
Christian does equal Trumper, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you never know.
I'm also Harry Styles, then Tom Hiddleston, and then just Harry Styles again. I don't really care for anyone else.
Harry Styles, Harry Styles, Harry Styles. Nice. Okay, I was gonna say Travis is number 1 because I truly do think they're just so cute together, and I believe it's real. I don't care what you guys say. Number
I
2,
do
yeah. Number 2, I think is, don't hate me for this, John Mayer, because
Of what
we
he
got
gave
such
us.
great content from that.
Yeah.
Like some of my favorite songs are John Mayer.
You got to go for the content sometimes.
Yes. And so it's like, I don't care. I don't like you. I actually hate him as a person, but I think that was well served because of all the songs we got from that. And then number 3 is Taylor Lautner because he just like the fact that they're still friends and he seems like a nice guy and everything like that. Yeah. He's number 3.
I love that. Okay. Opposite of all that, celebrity girl crush, as in our celebrity girl crushes. I feel like for me this could change, but currently, number 1, still going strong, is Margot Robbie. Number 2, Zendaya, and then 3, honestly, Sabrina Carpenter. She's just got the best
Ooh.
vibes right now.
Yeah. Her new music video,
I haven't even seen it.
she slayed that. Also,
it was cute.
I just want to say really quick, it's funny because the music video came out like literally 1 to 2 weeks before Kenzie, or no, after Kenzie. You were like, I do not get like her and Barry, blah, blah, blah. And now everybody is like, wait, I think I get
Never
it.
mind. I have seen it. Well,
I-
clips of it.
They are my favorite PR couple right now.
That's surprising.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Sorry, I like cut
Number
you off.
1, Charlie XCX, specifically when she wears her hair down and curly.
Yeah.
Number 2, Zendaya on the tennis court as a
Yep.
tennis player.
Yeah.
And number 3 is Rosalia, specifically in the Jimmy Fallon interview where she talks about
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. Yeah.
Wait, that's so funny. That's so good.
Mine are Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, and I couldn't really think of a third one, but Rosalie is a good one.
Okay, mine is, I don't really know how to rank these. I really can't. They're all kind of
I
equal
feel like
to
they're all
me.
number 1.
Yeah, Zendaya, she's got 3 out of 4 on all of our lists. I love that, but
Should we
she
be
has
surprised?
remained strong on my list for years. Sydney Sweeney,
That's a good one too.
yeah, yeah. And then Renee Rapp, I think you guys already know
Yeah.
that.
I could have guessed that one for you.
Yeah,
That's a good one though.
and it just is more and more. I think she's probably slowly creeping up to number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so good. Okay, book boyfriends. For me, these all come from fantasy books, which is no surprise. But number one, As It Shall Remain, is Rysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses series. Xaden from Fourth Wing, and then Hunt Athalar from the Crescent City books. So my goal this summer, because that's been my list for quite a while now, I'm looking to have it be changed.
You gotta get some new book boyfriends.
Yeah.
I feel like Rysand is very popular on so
for
many people's
great
lists.
reasons.
Yeah.
Great reasons. He should. And I don't think he will ever not be my number one. The other two I could see changing.
Which book is that from? ACOTAR, like the first one?
And, the second, pretty much.
The second. Okay.
Yeah, not the
Just
first
keep
one.
that in mind.
Yeah,
for
you
when
got
I
to make it
finally
through
get
the
to
first.
that book.
Yeah.
I need to give ACOTAR. I need to like trust myself that I'll be able to understand a fantasy book.
I think you will.
I'm like Kenzie.
ACOTAR is a good entry level one because there's not like really much you have to actually understand about like fantasy things. It's like it is
Okay.
way heavier on the romance side, which makes it
Okay.
a great entry level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Once
That's
you're
my goal
ready,
for
just let me know.
2024.
They're right over there.
Okay. My book boyfriends. Number 1, Any Boy, written by Abby Jimenez. Number 2, Nick Young, specifically in the sequel to Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend.
Oh.
Number 3 is the hockey player main boy from Icebreakers.
Wait, go back
yeah.
to what? Start that 3 again. You froze.
Oh, the boyfriend hockey player from Icebreakers.
I was like, yes.
Yes,
Correct.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody mentioned him.
She's like, because I wasn't going to.
And
I
I'll
wasn't.
be 100% honest, I don't really remember a ton about that book. I just like that he's a hockey player.
Yeah.
Okay, mine are basically all the men in like Sally Rooney's books, like normal people, even though they're also like really toxic.
That's okay.
And then also in Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, she's the one that wrote like Malibu Rising and Seven
Oh, yeah.
Husbands of Evelyn. Hugo and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
She
think
did.
I've
They
ever
both
read her
write
books
really
yet.
good, like actually well written, like romance type things.
Mm-hmm.
Did she write One True Loves?
I think she did.
I just
And
watched the movie adaptation of that book this week.
Oh,
I think I
interesting.
have that in my holds to read. Her old books are not good. I read one and it was horrible. I don't know if that's old.
I love that these takes are coming from the English major as well.
100%.
Nice. Okay, mine. I do have to. I don't know. I have 4 and I can't narrow it down, so I'm just gonna do
Just
1,
say
2,
'em
3,
all.
and an honorable mention. Okay.
There we go.
Number 1, Garrett Anderson from Play With Me. If you like hockey books, Kenzie, you need to read that one. Number 2, I will say Will Griffin from Practice Makes Perfect.
Is
Number
that also
3,
a hockey book?
I was going to say, is
No.
that also a sports book?
No, that's not a sports book. He's a security guard. He's a bodyguard.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a mall cop fanfic.
No.
Paul Blart, Mall Cop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, number 3, Luca Peters from Love Light Farms. And then number 4, honorable mention is Noah Riley from Say You Swear. You guys need to read all those books. So
I
enjoy.
do. I don't think I've read a single one. I love that.
Get on it.
Alrighty. Movie or show, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Number 1 for me, obviously, is Damon Salvatore from Vampire Diaries. Couldn't be myself if he wasn't there. And then Kenzie, my second one, is Nick Young from Crazy Rich Asians. I adore him.
I need to rewatch that.
He is just always a favorite. And then I kind of had a hard time picking a third, honestly. But, oh, actually, I thought of a different one. I'm changing my mind right now. Anthony from Bridgerton is going to be number 3 for me. My honorable mention, then we'll go to my original number 3, which is Noah from The Notebook.
Oh,
Is that Ryan Gosling?
Classic.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
The only reason I didn't choose Nick Young for the movie TV show is because in the movie there's a line where like she is listing all the things that the mean girls did to her and stuff. And like they like bullied her. And he goes, "Is that all?" Like, and I'm like,
Forgot
what a
about
dick
that.
thing to say
You're like,
after your girlfriend has just been bullied. Anyways, number 1, Laurie from Little Women.
yes.
Number 2, Troy Bolton in High School Musical 3.
I
Oh my
love
gosh,
it.
What?
And number 3 is Chad Michael Murray in One Tree Hill.
Yes.
Wasn't
Correct.
Troy? I don't really remember the third one, but wasn't he like toxic in that one?
No,
he,
that
like,
was the
not
one
Want
he-
her to go to college.
No, he supported her.
Oh,
He said,
And by the end,
Go.
he drove all through the night so they could have a little
Dance.
prom dance together. And then he chose a college that was closer to her.
wow.
no, he was like ideal high school boyfriend vibes.
And
in
I
that.
said
Yeah.
High School Musical 3 specifically because in 1 and 2, he was toxic.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is very true.
Yeah,
Chad Michael
especially
Murray
in
is a
2.
great option also.
Especially in 2.
Yeah.
Chad
He has
Michael
his
Murray really
toxic
is.
moments in that show, but I will say I was a little bit more of a Nathan Scott girl, but I also love Chad Michael Murray.
It's hard because nowadays I'm a Nathan Scott girl. Back then I was a Lucas Scott girl.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh, yes, that's his name, Lucas.
yeah.
I said Lucas just because he was always so in love with.
Yeah.
He was.
But he was so wishy-washy as well.
Well, but it's fine. We can
I
forget
guess
about that.
the details are a little blurry for me.
I
Like
like
back
to remember
then,
what helped.
the first time I watched it, I was like, "Oh yes, he's so in love with Peyton. This is so perfect." Blah blah blah. Now, watching the show again, I'm just like, Lucas, stop. Like, he's this emotional person, and he almost plays his emotions to like manipulate in a way, and then he's like so full on when he says he loves a girl, and it's like, I don't know. He just needs to work out his emotions before he just jumps in a relationship with somebody. You know?
I'll need to rewatch.
Rewatching shows when you're older is a little bit dangerous because you
Yeah.
notice the toxic things.
Yes.
Like Chuck Bass from Gossip Girl.
Oh my
like,
gosh,
I was
low-key
gonna
bring
needs
that
to be
up.
put in jail.
No,
Yeah.
like 100%.
Everyone says like, "Oh my gosh, Chuck Bass," and I'm like, he was terrible. Like,
Yeah,
maybe I need
yeah.
to watch like the last season again or
You-
something. But like,
yeah.
he was so
You
bad.
can't
and
watch
toxic.
the first
Yeah.
season and love him fully.
It's insane.
Wait, Abby,
Didn't he
Did you
like
say
sexually
yours?
assault one of the characters?
Yes.
Like,
In like the first
he
episode.
did so many things.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was so evil. Okay, mine. Harry Styles from Don't Worry,
Oh
Darling.
yes! Oh my God!
Yes,
Yes,
all
he,
gonna
and
be
he
Harry
had the best of
Styles.
intentions. Yes.
Yes, like if Jacob wanted to just work all day for me, let me
Yeah.
stay in the
Yeah.
little fantasy
Honestly.
world with my best
Yep.
friends.
Mm-hmm.
Raphael from Jane the Virgin.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a
He's
good
just
one.
So sexy.
Yeah.
He's like the best. I think
That's a
that's my
great
dream.
one.
That's my dream. He's rich and hot and like hot
yeah.
and rich.
Yeah.
Did you see that he's gonna be in the Colleen Hoover movie?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That makes me want to actually read the book so I can watch the movie and stuff. And I don't know. I don't really have a third. I guess like I don't know. Really, Raphael, like Nick Miller, maybe from New
That's a
Girls,
good
but also
one.
no, I don't know. He was like funny.
Yeah.
That's yes.
That's a good one.
Nick's hilarious. Okay, I just want to preface this by saying I'm having a lot of anxiety about picking these because I know that this is incorrect.
That's
But
okay.
yet this is the only people that I've been able to like think
Yeah.
about to add to the list, but I know I'm missing something so significant out there, so I'm sorry.
That's
I
all
don't
right.
hold myself to these. Okay, number 3, I'm going to say Nate Archibald.
That's a good one.
He is an insane person. I actually think he's annoying a lot of the times. However, he's so hot to me, and
Yeah.
like that's really all that matters, I think, in that. Yeah,
He's a
in my
beauty.
teenage brain. Number 2 is a tie between Anthony Bridgerton and Nathan Scott for different reasons, but like I really can't pick between the two. And then number 1 is Caleb Rivers from Pretty Little Liars. He's
Yes.
the only boyfriend from
Yeah.
that show that I feel like is
Wasn't terrible.
not crazy, and yeah, like not
That's so
terrible.
true.
Yeah. But like I just love him the entire show, and I just finished watching that, so it's like in my brain.
I love that. That's
Yep.
so good. Okay. Makeup or skincare products, just kind of whatever in that vibe. Number one for me, and this has been number one for almost like 3 years now, is the Lumi Glotion. I use it instead of foundation almost always, actually. It just makes me feel so glowy.
So glowy.
And then the second thing is the Ordinary glycolic acid. I use it for my scalp, actually. And it has helped with my dry scalp significantly.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
yeah, it's pretty great. I just put it on like 10 minutes before I take a shower, and it makes such a difference. And then my last thing, which has kind of more been a recent obsession, but I really, really feel like it makes a difference, is an ice roller. I love doing it in the morning because it just helps me not feel so puffy. So, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, number one, I've said this and I'll keep saying it. Anything like Supergoop sunscreen
Yeah.
is the best, and it's unfortunate that it's so expensive. And like
It's so
I've
good.
tried to buy the cheap Elf knockoff versions of
It's just not the
Supergoop. It's not the same. Specifically, the one with like the sunflower extracts, that sunscreen. It's the best. Number two is tinted chapstick, or just like that look of when like your lipstick has faded
Yeah.
a little bit.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then number three is arthritis cream. I saw someone on TikTok use this for their like when they're like can tell that they might be getting injured soon for running. And so I've just been putting that on my ankles and stuff.
That's so smart.
Interesting.
My number one for years, and I don't know why sometimes I stop using it for a while. It's niacinamide from The Ordinary. It's so good. It always makes my
I
skin.
love the Ordinary.
If I have any problems, it just like makes it better. I've put
Yeah.
a couple friends onto it and they like love it. It's so good. And then sunscreen in general, I use like I've only used Supergoop, the like tinted one, and I don't know, that one's like I think it's like bad for my skin or something. It's never really made me break out, but I don't know, I don't really like it. But just like Neutrogena sunscreen, Supergoop, and I use this other one, it's like a mineral one. And then when I haven't tried yet, but I'm going to get into this summer because I'm going to buy it because I'm allowed to just spend my checks this summer on whatever I want because Jake is just going to let me spend my money on whatever, is a red light mask. I'm going to get one of those
Oh.
Those
because
look
I've been
so
watching
good.
reviews and YouTube videos, and I'm going to get one.
You're convinced
Nice.
it's going to change your life?
I'm ready for it.
I
to
love
change
it.
your life.
Okay. Number one is the Dew Instant Angel Moisturizer. I just love that moisturizer. As someone with like extremely dry skin, it's like the most amazing feeling thing ever, and my skin just loves it.
Yeah.
Number two is it's a mask. It's the I'm From is the brand Honey Mask, and it's like a Korean brand. It's like it almost smells and feels like you're putting like actual honey on your face, but it's like
Ooh.
again, dry skin. It gives my skin like so much moisture and like I just love it. It feels so good afterwards. And it like helps to calm everything down when I'm having like crazy flare-ups. So I love that. And then number three also is basically any sunscreen, but I've been specifically using the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen that's like trending on TikTok right now and everything. But because I think it's a Japanese sunscreen actually, but I get it at the like Asian supermarket by my house, and it's amazing.
Is
I love
it
Korean
99
sunscreens.
Ranch?
No, it is. What's it called? Tasso or
question.
I could be wrong, but it's in that area. It's right next to Ranch Market.
Oh, did I say? Is that what it's called? Ranch Market, not 99 Ranch.
Oh, if you're thinking of the same one I'm thinking of, then yeah, it's Ranch Market.
Oh.
It's next to that. It's not there, but it's like next to it. I can't remember the name of the place. I'll have to tell you the name of the place when I look it up. But yeah,
I love that.
Nice.
love those.
I love all the product recommendations also.
Yeah.
Okay. Summer activities. Number 1, obviously, is swimming or laying out, just anything in that vibe. Number 2 is going to a movie at night, specifically so you can have the feeling of coming out and it's warm outside and it just feels so good.
After
Yeah.
being
Best in
freezing.
Arizona.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Yep.
And then
That is-
I love a mid-afternoon nap in the summer, especially if you
Yes.
have been like doing like swimming all morning or something, because you're just like so tired and you just like doze off and it's just so relaxing. So, yes.
Number 1, traveling. Number 2, swimming. And number 3 is after you've been, like, if you're working out outside in the morning, coming home and taking an ice cold shower after.
Yeah.
Oh,
That feels so
yeah.
good.
That does feel great.
Wowie. Swimming / like just being outside in general, going out to the clubs and travel.
Herbs. I love that.
Nice. Specifically boating. Like I
Yeah.
love swimming and I would group swimming in or like group boating in with all of this, but I love going to the lake and boating and like tubing and
Yeah.
water skiing and wakeboarding and all those fun
All the
things.
fun things.
Yeah, I would live there if I could. Number 2 is camping. And I would say that it's kind of like a year-round activity here in Arizona, but I always get the camping itch when summer comes. So,
Yeah. I feel like it's because
love
you
me
want to
some
get away
camping.
from the heat.
yeah, and just being up in the mountains like just feels so good in the summer. Yeah. And then number 3, what was I thinking? Okay, I don't have a specific number 3 because I can't think of it, but I second all of your guys's traveling, napping,
Yeah.
movies, all of that. I'm here for it. So
That
late
is
summer
Abby's 3.
nights, like I guess,
Yeah.
are fun. I don't want to say bonfires because it's too hot for that, but kind of the same vibe where it's just kind
Yeah.
of like a kickback late summer
Just
night
hanging.
thing. Yeah, hang.
agree.
Yep.
Alrighty, last little one. And this is perfect because then you can all have a summer playlist. But these are our top 3 songs that have been released this year. So for me, number 1 is Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. It just still is so good. It took a second to grow on me, though, I'll be honest.
Me too, but it grew on me.
It is grown on me. Number 2 is The Black Dog by Taylor Swift. That's actually the only one on my list from her new album, but I do really love a lot of her songs.
I've never heard of it.
And then number 3 is L'amour de ma vie from Billie Eilish.
I forgot about Billie Eilish's.
I have not listened to her new album yet, and I'm kind of killing
It's
myself for
A
that.
little hit or miss for me, but there's a
Yeah.
couple songs that are like big hits for me. But I really like
Okay.
that one.
Thank you for reminding me about that.
You're welcome.
Okay, number 1 for me is intro End of the World. It's the first song on
Yep.
Ariana's
That's a
album,
good one, too.
Eternal Sunshine. It's short and sweet. Number 2 is Sweet Honey Buckin' on Beyonce's new album.
Oh, yeah.
And number 3 is Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish. Honorable mention. People are hating on it on Twitter, but I am loving it. It's Please, Please, Please by Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes. Also, Kenzie, I literally had Birds of a Feather, but then I switched it for L'Amour. That one's so good.
Yeah.
Mine are Like That from Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar. That was just life changing. Lunch
Yeah.
by Billie Eilish. And then I don't know, there's so many good ones. Everyone's a hater of Camila Cabello, but I really like her new He Knows song with Lil Nas X.
I didn't even know she
I
had
love
a
that
new
one. And I
song.
love That Boy Is Mine from
Oh,
Ariana.
that one is so good, too.
Also, that music video is awesome that she released.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are making me so sad I haven't listened to Billie yet because now she's been on all your lists. Okay.
I've only heard Lunch.
Yeah. I've only heard the. Never mind. I don't even know what it's called.
It's
I couldn't
probably
even
Birds
describe
of a
it to you.
Feather.
It's probably Birds of a Feather.
The birds of a feather, we just fuck. You know, you've heard it on TikTok.
No, well, yes, I've heard that one. The only one that I'm like, that's, never mind, whatever. Okay, number 1 is But Daddy, I Love Him from
Yeah,
Taylor.
that's a
It's
good
just
one.
been in my head constantly, gives me chills. Love that song. Number 2 is We Can't Be Friends. Again, it's just kind of like a jam for me. I know it's like I don't really
good.
want to be into mainstream music right now, but
It's hard because it's so good.
it's just like it's smooth and like, I don't know, it just makes me
It's
happy.
mainstream for a reason.
Yeah. And then number 3, and this is more just because Atlas asked to listen to this 24/7, and it is probably my number 1 listened to song of this year because of her so far, is Espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. That was so good. That was fun. I hope that
it.
you all love to hear our opinions.
Tell us
Shout
your favorite
out.
things.
Yeah. Shout out to Jacob, I guess, for giving us this idea too, because he does this at on his
True.
Instagram stories all the time.
Specifically
Right?
for movies.
Yeah.
He loves to rank.
Actually, no, he's
Shout
done it
out
for
to
other
his
things
family.
too.
I feel like he might be our worst hater for this episode. He's going to be like, let me tell you why you all are wrong about your rankings.
That's true.
Comment down
That is what's
below
gonna happen.
if you disagree with our rankings or if you agree. Yeah,
Or add in your own. What are your top 3 for some of the categories that we've
let
shared?
us know. Let
You
us
know,
know.
we
all the
always
things.
need the product recommendations, the book recommendations, the summer activity like we need all those. Because we can't make decisions for ourselves. We need other people to tell us the things
Absolutely.
to like. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks
Come
for
back.
listening. Come back every Monday. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram at the Beesies Podcast. And don't forget, you can watch our podcast as well on YouTube. So I hope you all
Cool
have a
stuff.
great week. Bye.